Hello, I'm Kristen Kane from Kristen Kane Style. If this is your first time to my channel, welcome. And if you've been here before, welcome back. I am a style and mindset coach, and I help women get clear on why they don't enjoy getting dressed and they're struggling with their style. And then I help them create a wardrobe that they absolutely love wearing. So today I'm going to actually talk about mindset a little bit and how it relates to style, since that's what I do, but a little bit more than specific style tips. These are mindset tips that will help you look at your wardrobe in a new way and hopefully help you have more fun when you get dressed and make it easier to get dressed. So I'm going to share 5 ways that your mindset might be making it more difficult to get dressed and to love the way you look in your clothes. So the first way that your mindset might be tripping you up is if you're looking at your wardrobe through a lack lens. If you have a sense of scarcity when you go into your closet, only seeing the things that you don't have. So often we open our closet and it's usually pretty full and our mind immediately goes to, I have nothing to wear. So if that happens and you're finding yourself looking in your closet and scanning through lots of clothing and still thinking I have nothing to wear, catch yourself and try to flip that into an attitude of abundance, specifically an attitude of gratitude. Really looking at the clothing and thinking, wow, I am really fortunate to have all of these choices. And even if I don't love every single one of them, I'm fortunate enough to go in there and really decide what I don't love and maybe let go of it so that I make space for something new to come in. But to really shift from a scarcity, I don't have what I need mindset to a different mindset that allows for more abundance. When I teach clinics, sometimes there's a part of the clinic where we talk about this topic, in a slightly different way, but this topic. And I share that if you were to box up everything in your wardrobe and you were to drop it off at the home of a woman much less fortunate than yourself, imagine how she would feel when she opened the box and when she looked at all the beautiful, amazing pieces that you were giving to her, that you had in your closet, that you had been thinking weren't enough or had been thinking of with some sense of lack. Imagine how she would feel looking at those clothes, and try to come into your own closet and look at your own clothing with that sense of sort of awe and wonder and abundance and build outfits from there. The second way that your mindset might be tripping you up when you go to get dressed has to do with your self-identity. So our self-identity is how we see ourselves. And I have been in closets and fitting rooms for decades. And I can tell you that almost every woman has some sort of negative commentary running through her head on a regular basis, probably all the time, but certainly I see it when she's trying on clothing. And so if your thoughts in your head and the voice that you're speaking to yourself with says, I'm too old, I'm too heavy, I'm too flat-chested, I'm too skinny, I'm too tall, I'm too short, I'm all of those I'm not enough-nesses. If that's what's running through your head when you try on clothing, that self-identity of I'm a woman who doesn't look good in clothing, I'm someone who doesn't have any style, all of that is detrimental to actually getting dressed and feeling amazing. So it's completely possible to shift our identity, to become someone who makes her bed, for instance, or to become someone who knows how to cook. We can do that with little, effort, really. Even if, knows how to cook might be a stretch. You could become someone, or I could become someone who makes dinner more often. Become someone who makes her bed. Become someone who folds the laundry the moment that it comes out of the dryer. Can you tell I'm pointing to actually, I do make my bed, but the cooking and the dryer thing could be from my own life. We can change our identity. So if we begin to say kinder things to ourselves and we begin to explore a little bit our ideal future self, what does she dress like? Most of us are forward focused. The human tendency is to think that the future is going to be better than the now. So if we look through that lens and we think about our future self and how amazing she's going to look when she gets dressed, how can we embody that today? What can we pick out of our closet today and put on so that we are beginning to assume the identity of a woman who is stylish and a woman who looks put together and a woman who loves her clothing and loves the way she feels in her clothing? So self-identity is number 2. Number 3 is close but different. So number 3 is self-trust. And so self-trust comes into play when we keep letting ourselves down, when we learn that we can't count on ourselves. So if in your mind you keep telling yourself, today's the day I'm going to wear a better outfit, this is the month I'm going to figure out my closet and unload all the stuff that I don't love and I don't wear and get rid of it, and I'm going to organize in there. If we keep telling ourselves that month after month, week after week, day after day, whatever the time is, if we keep telling ourselves something that we're going to fix or improve, and then we don't take any action, we lose trust in ourselves. We end up with very little self-trust because we've said it so many times and we haven't actually done anything about it. So our brain says, yeah, right, we're going to clean out our closet today. Okay. And we might be really gung-ho and really believing that that's going to happen this weekend. And then we don't do it. And then we just further the identity of someone who has a cluttered closet. And we don't trust ourselves to ever fix the problem. We don't trust ourselves to wear the better outfit. So as you might imagine, the solution to this is to begin to wear the better outfit. Begin to declutter one little area in your closet. Take the steps to start to build that trust with yourself. Because if you wear the better outfit one day, then the next day when it's time to get dressed, whether it's physically the next day or whether it's a day in the future when it's now time to get dressed, and the old you, would think, I'm not really going to bother. I'm going to wear that lazy go-to again and, not up level. If you've started to develop that self-trust, you trust yourself. Well, hey, wait, I trust myself to get dressed better today. So it takes practice, but once you do it little by little, all of a sudden you trust yourself, because the last time you said, I'm going to declutter my closet or I'm going to wear the better outfit, you did. And so now that builds, there's momentum. Number 4 is regarding seriousness and to not take yourself too seriously when it comes to your clothing and not take your wardrobe too seriously. There's a serious element to clothing in that we have to get dressed. We live in a society where we can't walk around undressed, and so we have to get dressed. So it's serious in that respect. It has to happen every day. Beyond that, it should really be fun and it should be playful and it should be a place where we allow ourselves to experiment and we allow ourselves to mess up. If you wear something that wasn't amazing, chances are nobody took pictures and it's not going to be broadcast all over the internet and you're not going to be embarrassed and shamed so that you can't leave your house. It's really a matter of trying the clothing that's in your closet, wearing it and experimenting with it, and recognizing that it doesn't have to be serious. It should be fun. They're clothes and they are self-expression and they are meant to be enjoyed. And so get in your closet and see what's in there that you've been passing by that would actually make you feel a little better today. Make you maybe sit up a little straighter and smile a little bigger and walk a little, faster or lighter on your feet and just feel a little more fabulous. Don't take it so seriously. The mindset is, I've got to figure this out. I should know how to get dressed. And really, it's all experimenting and practicing and learning what feels authentic to you and then repeating that. But lighten up about it a little. I think that's a super helpful shift to not take it so seriously. And then the 5th thing that I'll say is kind of the age-old or however old line about how we do everything, how we do anything is how we do everything. And so if we are choosing the lazy go-tos and not really elevating our style and not feeling good about how we look when we go out into the world, that filters into the rest of our lives. And so the same is true that if we decide, how I do anything is how I do everything. So today I'm going to put on a better outfit. There is a rising up that happens in every area of our life. And all of a sudden we might eat a healthier lunch, or we might take a little more care when we wrap a present, or we might wash our car, or we up-level other areas once we have up-leveled our person by putting on an outfit that we feel amazing in. So keep in mind that how you do anything is how you do everything, and begin to shift that thinking of if you've only, for the last year and a half, say, been wearing kind of the clothing that feels the most comfortable but doesn't really look the best, and you're not really elevating or surprising yourself and delighting yourself in what you're putting on your body, consider that if you change that one thing, it is going to ripple out into the rest of your life. And so that's a pretty easy thing to start with. You have to get dressed anyway. So if you start with choosing the better outfit and actually wearing the thing that you pause on in your closet for a moment and think, maybe, nah, not today. If you actually put that piece on and kind of just see how that feels to up level a little, I think you'll be surprised at how it ripples into the rest of your life. And so it's a worthwhile mindset shift to up level the clothing first and then watch, what improves from there. So those are kind kind of my, just quick tips on what things that we think about and how our mindset and our belief and our limiting beliefs can really play into how we feel when we get dressed, and how just slight shifts in those can really make a difference and really just bring some awareness to, I could look at this differently. I could shift the way I think and create a new identity and build some self-trust and up-level the rest of my life and be filled with more gratitude when I go into my closet, and stop taking it so seriously. All of those play into each other. And if we can shift them, at least pay attention to them, and then where needed, shift them, I think it would make it a whole lot easier to get dressed. I know for me it has, and everything I share here, really, I have tried and tested in my own life. And oftentimes the things I share here, I am sharing because I am back to trying and testing them in my own life, because I've sort of forgotten my own advice. So I hope that helps today. And if you have any comments, leave them below. I always read your comments. Sometimes it takes me a few days to get back to them, but I always read them and I appreciate them, and I'm happy to answer them. If you are on Instagram, or if you'd like to see me on Instagram, every Tuesday I do an Instagram Live Q&A. So you can drop a comment in my Instagram. I put a box up on Monday where you can ask your question, and then I answer all the questions on Tuesday. It is at noon Mountain Time on Instagram. I am at Kristen Kane Style over there. And that's just another way to interact, and it's a way to get your question answered specifically. I really try to answer everybody's question the next week. If you ask sometime after Tuesday, I try to answer it on the next Tuesday. And I put out a new YouTube video every Friday, or at least I try to. And I also work one-on-one with clients. I have had a couple people recently ask if I'm still doing that. Yes, absolutely I am. If you are local to the Denver area, I can work with you in person. And if not, I do lots of Zoom calls and consultations. I have a program called Style Therapy, and that is essentially a one-day. It's only more than one day if we choose to shop, if that is part of your package that you choose. But essentially it's one day, and it's really almost half a day. It's less than 5 hours to really go from, kind of stuck to a style you love. So if you'd like more information about Style Therapy, there's a link that I'll drop into the description below so that you can check it out, but feel free to comment with a question also. Thank you very much for being here. I hope you have an amazing day, and let me know what you think. Is there one of the mindset things I mentioned that you get the most stuck on? I would love to know, and I'd love to know how you might start to shift it. Thank you. Have a great day.